the opportunities and the stuff that you start getting exposed to when it comes to outside of real estate. What are you doing now? Like, I know you're not just doing real estate, you're doing so much other things that you've applied the knowledge and the mindset that you got from real estate into it. And the reason why I want to bring this up is lots of people are like, oh, I don't know if real estate's for me and I don't know what's out there. Well, start with real estate, see what you get out of it,
Yes,
and see who you get introduced to, and you never know.
right. And that's the one thing that I've noticed in following your success, Fong, is that you have a very diverse amount of people that come on your interviews, and that's what happens in life, right? We started out in Regina, Saskatchewan, doing real estate, but then I would decide to move to different locations. Now you get to meet a whole different group of people that are investors. Because of course, I look for the people that are investors. And then I got to be a mortgage broker. And I was introduced to a whole different side of business because people now are looking for money. And I started doing project financing, which wasn't all related to real estate. And just through those introductions, one thing led to another, and I started getting into commodities. And what I realized pretty quickly is I had a pretty big database in North America. I had a lot of people in Canada, but I started to meet a lot of people in the US. And people started calling me because they knew I knew a lot of people. And I realized I was now becoming a connector. So people call, looking for something, right? They want to, just like we were talking about earlier, they might want to mention to me that they want to write a book. I go, oh, I know Fong. Fong helps people write their books. So I would make an introduction. And so that's kind of how life happens. You never know from one day to the next what's going to come in the door, right? And I always say when the phone's ringing, that's business calling. You just don't know what it's calling about. And through my connections, I now have an extremely large database of people outside of North America. I do business in Europe and Africa through some of the things that I do. So I wholesale every day. I started out, understood my wholesale philosophy and strategies through real estate, but I've now taken those strategies and that information I've learned, and I now apply it to many different things. So I wholesale financial instruments, I wholesale commodities, just because of the network that I have. So as you're building your business, you know, keep that in mind. You want to still keep focused on what your primary core thing is, because there's always a new shiny object, so you got to be careful with them. And you never know who you're going to meet and where that's going to take you,
Mhm.
and what those opportunities are going to be. Because yeah, when I first got started, if someone would told me that I'd be doing what I'm doing today, I would never have believed them. But over time, life changes and your network evolves and your knowledge evolves.
Mhm. Relate success to chimneys. How is success
Chimneys.
like a chimney?
Ah, okay. Well, a chimney is something that can help you keep in the heat and get rid of the smoke. So a chimney can be warming and helps, filter and keep things healthy, and it helps get rid of the bad things. So I think that's kind of an analogy for life. You want to find things that are help you be comfortable and safe and warm, and get rid of the negative. Have it go out the chimney.
Awesome. So that's how success is like a chimney.